Welcome, Milind, our famous OC and current CFO. Thanks for making your time for this interview. I'm going to keep it very brief, max 5 questions max.
Okay.
And I want your honest assessment.
Okay.
First question. During ISK days, you have told explicitly, Kannan, not to write Kako because your ego or your morale is getting down or getting hurt.
Correct.
Can I see a different Milind now? Because since it's going to be the last league for Kannan, and he said that he wants to write a Kako plus an SBB calculator for everyone, and especially the match temperament index for youngsters.
So that was only for a tournament. So tournament got over, everything is over now.
तो नहीं इस बार लिख सकता हूँ.
So you can write whatever you want to.
ठीक. Thank you. Sajin time and again asked me, how is Milind as a CFO? So, of course, Sajin only asked this question. Gopal, I came to know that Gopal was the CFO before Sajin. So, how do you rate yourself as a CFO? On a scale of 1 to 10.
No, it's not question of rating. It is question of you are giving your services to the VU on your voluntary basis. Nobody asked me or nobody forced me to do it. So I'm doing it.
So are you happy with you are doing justice as a CFO?
Obviously.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. So I want to use some HR jargons here because you understand that jargon very well. But this has nothing to do with your profession or something. I want to use jargons to make it spicy. So HR में आजकल क्या बोलता है, मिडिल मैनेजमेंट टू सीनियर मैनेजमेंट जाने के लिए पीपल आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू एग्जिबिट एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस सो दैट देन ओनली बिकॉज आफ्टर अ सर्टेन टाइम द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज जस्ट लाइक अ पिरामिड. सो इफ यू हैव टू, वो बोलते हैं ना, ऑल आर इक्वल, you will become first among equals provided you have this executive person. Typical HR jargon. ठीक है. But last year after 2-3 games Pui has a bad tournament, let's accept that, and you used to literally you have taken him to task after the game is over, and Pui was absolutely left to tears. So the point is, now you are a seasoned pro. I personally rate you as one of the top contenders for the Bushes. That is my personal assessment. Suppose if Pui is in your team, and suppose if he has a bad day, or let be it any youngsters, for example Harry or Sunny or Mangya or Ashu. So do you agree with what you have done to Pui last year, or is there going to be a change of approach, especially when a youngster in your team is not paying up to his potential and also making a lot of unforced errors? What will be your approach?
So it's simple. We consider VU as a family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So when your child is not adhering or not doing what is expected, so initial what you need to do is you need to tell. Right. So that is what I did.
Okay.
But even then the errors are happening again and again, then you need to scold. So that is what I did with Pui.
Okay.
So same thing will happen here. So why to change?
No. I'm just asking you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And whether since VU is a family, if the same defender, even anyone can have a bad day. Suppose you have a bad day. Are they allowed to scold, or at that time, no, I'm a senior person, you are also 50 plus, right? At that time, does the age will come into equation, or at the end of the day, a team is more important? Are they allowed to scold you?
There are quite a few instances where I didn't play well. And then people used to tell me, you only said Anil scolded me.
No, I'm almost same age. I'm talking about, let us take example, right?
Obviously.
They just assuming
if Harry came and told me that this is what you should not play, then I should accept.
Okay. No, I just want to ask your opinion.
No, I should accept. Simple.
Last couple of leagues, you had a disastrous KKL from an overall, purely from a count point of view. KKL, only the KKL games. ठीक है? क्या गलत हो गया, and what do you want to correct it this time?
I think this is a wrong question because magazine KKL we won during ISK and
नहीं ISK नहीं last league का बात कर last league
Pedesa अच्छा Anish Cut team no, maybe we overrated ourselves right, that's a fact and overrated, overconfidence and we thought everything is in our hand because one side was Shashank, another side was Vicky, I was a center, Anish was the boosting, so everything was in place. Hari was behind, no, Hari not Hari was there, somebody was Mangesh, Ashu, so team was well balanced and then rather than I'll tell you we not even met once before the tournament.
Okay,
So it's overconfidence and that paid badly to us.
Okay. As I said earlier, you are one of my favorite boosters. I think even in our one-on-one talks also I mentioned that to you. But whenever the spiker, suppose Ravi is on the opposite side and if he is putting a drop close to the net, you pick the ball by palm. Is it a foul?
Yeah, it's a foul.
And do you mean to say that, or do we have to, if Vicky is the referee, Vicky is going to be referee unfortunately because of his leg injury. If he calls a foul, will you accept it?
Yes. It's a foul because
it's a foul.
that's a
Okay.
foul.
Take. Last question. When I joined 3 years back, at that time, I called myself, the quote unquote self-proclaimed best defender. At that time, I told my best centers are Milind and then Rajiv. That's what I said. Even in my induction video. So there was no personal bias strings attached at that time. Okay? Why you lost interest in center? Even in external tourneys also, nahi tum khelo, main piche khelta. Why you lost interest?
No, actually, I always enjoyed booster position right from when I started my rally.
Okay.
Right, but then eventually there were a booster. So then I came back and started playing the center. So whenever I got a chance to boost, I took that chance. Or if not chance, as an opportunity.
Okay. So if Tejas has picked you and Anish,
So
will you tell Anish to that you want to boost?
No. So again, it's team combination.
Okay.
So I will leave it on captain to decide.
Okay. Perfect, Milind. And in fact, I'm very happy to see the same interest which you have. It is seen in your son's eyes, especially in taking the videos. I hope that he also comes to play.
Yeah, he wanted to. Let's see when he's starts.
Okay. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, Kannan.
Bye.
That's all, folks.